Most NFL quarterbacks, when they suffer a torn ACL and LCL, go dark. They disappear into the training room, stay off social media, and let their teams handle the messaging. Patrick Mahomes did the opposite. While working through one of the most complicated knee injuries a quarterback can face, he walked into T-Mobile Center in Kansas City and read books to 3,000 students. That is not a headline you expect from a man 7 hours deep into daily rehab. So the real question is, what does it actually take to be Patrick Mahomes, on and off the field? To understand where Mahomes is today, you have to go back to December 14th, 2025. Week 15. Kansas City Chiefs vs. Los Angeles Chargers. Less than 2 minutes left in the game, Mahomes rolls to his right trying to spark a comeback, and his knee buckles under him. He goes down. The stadium goes quiet. And within minutes, the medical staff confirmed what nobody wanted to hear. Patrick Mahomes had torn both his ACL and LCL in his left knee. Now, a torn ACL alone typically takes around 9 months to recover from. That is already a long and grueling process. But a torn ACL combined with a torn LCL is a more complex injury. The LCL, or lateral collateral ligament, stabilizes the outer side of the knee. When both ligaments are damaged simultaneously, the surgical repair is more involved, the rehabilitation is longer, and the margin for error is significantly smaller. This was not a clean, straightforward injury. This was one of the hardest injuries a starting quarterback can come back from. The broader context made it even more painful. The Chiefs finished the 2025 season with a 6-11 record and missed the playoffs for the first time since 2014, ending a 10 consecutive year postseason streak, one of the most remarkable runs in NFL history. In each of Mahomes' first 7 full seasons as a starter, Kansas City had reached at least the AFC Championship game. The team had made it to 5 Super Bowls and won 3 Lombardi trophies. The 2025 season broke all of that. What stood out in the immediate aftermath of the injury was Mahomes' reaction. According to Andy Reid, Mahomes was not asking how long the recovery would take. He was asking his trainers to brace the knee so he could finish the game. Reid recalled his exact words. "Get me up, get me going. Brace me up and let me go." That response tells you everything about the mindset Mahomes carried into what would become the hardest offseason of his career. Surgery was performed within 24 hours of the injury. Dr. Dan Cooper, the Dallas Cowboys head team physician and a well-known orthopedist, performed the procedure in Dallas to repair both the torn ACL and torn LCL in Mahomes' left knee. The Chiefs confirmed the surgery was successful and that Mahomes began his rehabilitation immediately. Not days later. Not the following week. That same week. The person leading that rehabilitation is Julie Freimeyer, the Chiefs' assistant athletic trainer, and one of the most important names in this story. Mahomes has credited Freimeyer repeatedly across his career. She was the key figure managing his severe high ankle sprain during the 2022-23 postseason, the same postseason that ended with a Super Bowl championship. Freimeyer kept him on the field through that run, and now she is the one pushing him through the most demanding recovery of his professional life. Mahomes described what the daily process actually looks like in his first public media session in January 2026. "Rehab is going great so far. I've been doing all of it here in Kansas City, and Julie has been crushing it and pushing me. The doctor gives you goals to reach, and I just try to maximize those. They have to hold me back because I always want to go a little bit further." He also addressed the mental side of the process with notable honesty. "Not every day is going to feel amazing. Some days you're going to be sore. Some days you're going to feel stiff. So you have to have someone that you trust that's going to get the best out of you, that's going to keep you safe, and that's going to push you. Some days I want to get in there and crush rehab. Some days I just want to get through it, but she doesn't let you have a get through it day. She pushes you to be the best every single day." Andy Reid confirmed from the NFL's annual league meetings that progress has been consistent. "So far, it's all been positive. He's doing great." Reid also noted that Mahomes spends approximately 7 hours a day at the Chiefs' training facility working through his recovery. Then came March 25, 2026, the 100-day mark since surgery. Mahomes posted a short clip on his Instagram account showing himself dropping back and throwing a pass inside a training gym. He was wearing a compression sleeve on his left knee, no crutches, no brace, and executed a full follow-through on the throw. It was the first public footage of him throwing since the injury, and it confirmed the Chiefs' internal optimism that he is tracking toward a return for the start of the season. Mahomes has been clear about his target. "Obviously, I want to be ready for Week 1. The doctor said I could be. That's my goal, to play Week 1 and have no restrictions." The 2026 NFL season is expected to kick off on September 10, 2026, which lands just under 9 months from the date of his surgery. The timeline is tight but medically achievable. Now here is where the story shifts. Because while all of this was happening, Mahomes was also showing up for Kansas City in a completely different way. Last week, Mahomes participated in the annual Lead to Read KC Reading Rally, a joint event with his 15 and the Mahomes Foundation. The event was held at T-Mobile Center in Kansas City and brought together 3,000 students from Kansas City area schools to celebrate the end of the 2025-26 Read for 15 program, an initiative that encourages students to read a minimum of 15 minutes every day. The book Mahomes chose to read was Allah and One Great Race by author C.L. Fales, a story centered on perseverance and chasing a goal regardless of the obstacles in front of you. He then spoke directly to the students after the reading, offering encouragement about the importance of education and effort. The Lead to Read KC organization shared the event on Instagram alongside the 15 and the Mahomes Foundation. There's no better person in the world to drive home the importance of reading. Thank you to Patrick and event sponsor Kiewit Corp. This was not his only act of community service this off-season. In October 2025, his foundation hosted the 6th annual 15 and the Mahomes Foundation Gala, which drew over 900 attendees and raised $1,508,000, all of which was granted to 27 Kansas City area charities. The foundation announced the result on Instagram. Over 900 incredible supporters in attendance and $1,508,000 granted to 27 Kansas City charities up on stage. Together, we are changing lives. These are not background activities. Mahomes was coordinating all of this while simultaneously working through one of the most physically demanding rehabilitation programs in professional football. The stakes of this comeback extend well beyond Mahomes himself. The AFC West has shifted significantly. The Los Angeles Chargers, led by Justin Herbert, made the 2025 playoffs. So did the Denver Broncos, led by second-year quarterback Bo Nix. The Las Vegas Raiders hold the No. 1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, and could use it to select their own franchise quarterback. The division that Kansas City once dominated is now genuinely competitive at every position. Adding to the uncertainty, Travis Kelce, the tight end who has been Mahomes' most trusted target across every Super Bowl run, has faced ongoing retirement speculation. If Kelce steps away, Kansas City loses one of the most productive player partnerships in the history of the position. A healthy Patrick Mahomes returning for Week 1 is not just good news for the Chiefs. It is the clearest path back to relevance for a franchise that, just 2 years ago, won back-to-back Super Bowls. Reed, speaking at the league meetings, captured the feeling directly. Every player is different. I will tell you though, I would never bet against him. He's going to put in the time and effort, and always push it but within reason, so he doesn't take steps back. The man rehabbing a torn ACL and LCL is the same man who stood in front of 3,000 children during that same off-season and read a book about perseverance. Mahomes summed it up in the clearest terms possible. It's a long process, but I'm excited for it. Do you think Mahomes comes back for Week 1? Drop your prediction in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.